Last year, I built my first iOS app with the help of AI, but not in the way you may think. The app that I built is this. All it does is load a simple static JSON file that shows up the text on this app. It caches a small segment of the JSON file and also schedules notifications for the next 7 days. The user can tap on the notification or directly come to the app and read the codes. There are some other things you are seeing here, like the narrations and daily reflections, which are not in the live app right now. These are just some new features I'm working for the next release. Even with this simple app, it helped me to create a more advanced app called Moodo. It's an anxiety and mood tracker which may seem simple but has a lot of stuff going on under the hood. I'll talk a bit more about this app later in the video, but for now let's just head back to the first app. So here's how I really used AI to build this app. So the first help that AI provided was to help me choose a more realistic scope for my first iOS app, or any mobile app for that matter. I am not a mobile dev by profession. I am a web dev and my experience lies in PHP and JavaScript. So when I discussed my initial project idea with AI, it clearly told me that this is a massive project and will take you more than 6 months to complete and launch on the App Store, which was pretty demoralizing to me. So I had a bit of back and forth with the AI and finally came up with this idea where it's a pretty basic app and the only functionality it has is to load a JSON file, rotate the quotes daily, and send a daily notification. So now that I had a much better and a realistic scope for my first app, the next step was to actually get into the app development. I really did not want AI to build the entire app for me, even though I've heard it could do that. I just couldn't trust the code it wrote. So I used it to instead learn more about the core fundamentals of app development, specifically for iOS. The official Swift docs are horrible and they weren't making a lot of sense. So I would take a snippet from there and ask the AI to create a small demo for me. And with that, it really started to make sense and I could easily understand what all these modifiers and decorators in Swift UI are. The third point where AI really helped me was to lay down most of the foundational logic for this app. Yes, I know I didn't use the AI to build the entire app. I just wanted something bootstrapped for me since this was my first time trying to create an app. Once it had most of the logic laid down, I could easily understand the architecture that is being used for an app development, specifically using Swift and some newer concepts. It also helped me learn about the architecture that is commonly used in Swift frameworks called MVVM, which stands for Model View Model. Now, initially, all of these things were really confusing to me, so AI really helped me learn all these or understand these concepts really well. AI also helped me test my code bases really quickly. Even though this particular app does not really have any tests written for it, since it's a pretty basic app, I didn't really think it needed some test files or test suites. But even with that, it could run some command files or command lines that could quickly debug my code base. If you have worked with Xcode before, you know how much it can struggle to identify or pinpoint the errors as your code base starts to grow. So that was really helpful to quickly identify errors by running some commands using the Xcode CLI tool with the help of AI. Using AI while I tried to build my first iOS app actually saved me a lot of time, and I was able to utilize that time to learn some concepts such as UI and UX, color theory, how to properly utilize the assets catalog in Xcode, and more. So essentially, AI helped me improve my skills in an indirect way. Now, over social media such as Twitter, there are a lot of people that are claiming that AI is going to do everything for you and would show you screenshots or videos while just cloning some already existing websites such as Reddit or Gmail. Now, that's not impressive. Neither it can be helpful for you if you are actually into development and wants to make good products. AI is a great tool to help you assist with whatever you already know or to learn newer things, like in my case. But it's not going to build an entire app for you, submit it to App Store, get it approved and generate sales. That's just not going to happen, and you will never be able to do it if you don't learn new things. Depending solely on AI will actually cause you more harm than any good. So stop believing those idiots on Twitter and just use AI as a tool and a utility so that it can save you up some time by doing the heavy lifting of writing some foundational level logic or code, while you can utilize that time to learn newer skills. So if you're still watching, I would like to talk a little bit more about my other app, Moodle, which is also live on App Store and is one of the main apps that I'm actively working on. AI also helped a lot in the development of Moodle by doing most of the heavy lifting, providing proper suggestions, and sometimes even better architectural decisions. Since I'm a solo developer, I can have a very strong opinion about the way I code, but that doesn't necessarily has to be great. Discussing that with AI can sometimes give you a really good reality check, which is sometimes really needed. So anyway, both of these apps are available on App Store for free to download. You can play around with them and see if you like them. And if you're interested in knowing how I build these two apps, then let me know in the comments below. I'm actually documenting the entire process of these apps and how I build them and the struggles and challenges that I faced, the steps that I followed to get these apps approved on the App Store, and how I actually started generating revenue without any paid marketing. And if you're still watching, I know I haven't been active on this channel for over 4 years, but I'll try my best to keep on creating newer and more impactful content for this channel. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, and always remember to be a creator and not a consumer.